Today I want to talk with you about the fact that we need to ditch some things from your kitchen, like right now. So the first thing on my list that we need to ditch are, who has these? I got 2 of these. I think they came with, it says KitchenAid, so maybe they came with my KitchenAid. These black plastic things, we need to stop cooking with them right away. And that is because if you're using this in a skillet, you're actually melting the plastic or melting the silicone, and that's ending up in your food. Instead, we're gonna use stuff like this. This is a wooden spoon. I really like this company. I can put a link for you. I'm not an affiliate or anything, but they burn the wood, and that's how it gets this color. And there's nothing extra. There's no like polyurethane, anything that you may find with other wooden spoons, because sometimes you'll see like a really plasticky type of sheen. That's not good either, but we're ditching these. Hey guys, I'm Victoria. I am the cruise director here at Fortuna Cucina, and I'm all about inspiring you to eat better and create something delicious in your kitchen. The next thing that we're ditching is plastic cutting boards. Sweet Jesus, if you still have plastic cutting boards, we need to ditch those right away. So actually when you're cutting your food, you're ending up with little pieces of plastic in your food. Have you heard of microplastics and how they're everywhere? I think that you need to ditch your plastic cutting board and move to either wood or stainless steel. Now, a lot of people are afraid of wood and they're like, oh, bacteria gets trapped in there. Just like anything, just like wooden spoons, I actually deep clean these about once a month. I will put them in my giant pasta pot and I will boil them. And then I will treat them with walrus oil after that. So just like that, you need to do a little maintenance on your cutting boards. I have a really well-loved cutting board, and I think that I'm just gonna have my husband get a sander out and just sand it. So it has a lot of life left in it. Sometimes these things require a little bit of maintenance. Also, I've seen stainless steel cutting boards. They are becoming really popular. So if that's your deal, give it a shot. The next thing is nasty old dish towels. Can you see how these are fraying at the ends? These are coming apart. I don't even know how long I've had these. And I wash my dishcloths every day, as you should. If you're in the kitchen a lot, you should be washing them every day because you don't want bacteria to grow in these. And so I'll just wash them at the end of the day. Instead of those, I actually ordered for myself a set of 6 organic cotton dishcloths, and I'm excited. They're coming this weekend for $26. If I can have another set, why not? The next thing you need to ditch is using paper plates and paper napkins. I'm sure some of you are gonna come at me because paper plates do save a lot of time in terms of doing dishes. Paper wants to come apart in water, right? And if you look at, take just a regular piece of paper and you put it in water, it's gonna get soggy and it's gonna come apart. Well, that's what paper plates, paper napkins, paper everything, including tea bags, what they want to do with something that is moist. And so in order to make it not do that, they actually have to treat it with chemicals. When you're using napkins, when you're using paper plates, all of that stuff has to be bleached. So you're dealing with chemicals that have bleached the paper product from a brownish beige-ish to a white color. So there's all these chemicals in that. Do you want that on your food? And do you want to be wiping your mouth with that? Instead, I have another idea for you. So I use cloth napkins, okay? And I'm actually kind of a nerd about this. And I like to use colorful cloth napkins. I like to use cloth napkins that have a pattern to it. And the reason is this, because if I get some lipstick or something stains it, it's harder to tell. Okay, one thing I wanted to mention to you was I got this one from the Williams-Sonoma outlet. There's an outlet near me. Sometimes you get good deals. And one thing I've noticed is okay, look at this. This is how all of the napkins look. You see how this gets puckers and looks weird? And all of the napkins I purchased from there are either fraying or they have the weird pucker thing happening or whatever. And they weren't exactly cheap. They weren't like, you know, Target bargain basement prices. But look at this one. Gorgeous, right? The pattern is pretty, and look at all the stitching. I have washed these many, many times. The stitching has not come undone. I got these from Etsy, and in the future, I'm gonna continue to purchase from this lady who makes these great napkins. So I like to use cloth napkins instead of the paper ones, and then I will throw these in with my laundry. Okay, the last thing I want you to think about is purchasing cheap pans. Do you have cheap pans in your pantry? Do you know what I mean by cheap pans? Like maybe you purchased them at TJ Maxx. Maybe it's all mishmash. You don't like, oh, I have one of this, I have one of that. Especially if you have anything with Teflon. Sweet Jesus, throw that out now, because those chemicals are coming off in your food. And this is what I found. I've tried all these different brands. I'm not gonna tell you which ones did this, but even pans that said that they weren't coated with something, sometimes you could see this film coming off. They had a coating. So maybe they weren't coated with like BPA something, but they had some sort of coating on it. Instead, I purchased stainless steel pans from Made In. I have 3 different pans of theirs, and they have lasted me years and years. So with the 3 pans, I'm set. I also have a Dutch oven from Le Creuset. That one, you know, is really high quality, also really pricey. But what I found is now I'm not purchasing tons of different pans. Now I have my pans and I just have to maintain them. So in another video, I'll show you how I maintain my pans. I actually primarily just use baking soda, but we're gonna take good care of these pans. And that way you don't have to worry about the Teflon, the anything that has the weird coating on it. And if you're gonna come at me and say ceramic is the new thing, I found that ceramic, I've still heard not great things about ceramic. Buy stainless steel pans, okay? That's it. And then figure out how to use them. They do not have a nonstick coating. You're gonna have to figure out how to use them. And just like on this video, there's a gazillion different YouTube videos where you can figure out how to use them. So I wanna encourage you to do that. I'm gonna put a link for my favorite pans from Made In below, because I think you only need a couple. You need like a skillet, you need a high-walled pan, especially if you're gonna do any type of dish with a sauce, or if you're gonna fry anything at home. And then you need a like a stock pot type thing, or a saucepan, and that's it. And so I don't have a gazillion pots and pans. Instead, I held on to the quality pans that I have. All right, friends, those are my items I think that you need to get out of your kitchen right now. And if you need any more recommendations on what we should add instead, then comment below. I'm happy to share with you some of the things I think are the most useful tips. Like, how many times have you heard me talk about wooden spoons? Most useful items in my kitchen. I will have to do another video about that another day. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe and share it with a friend who you think needs this information in their lives.